What's going on, everyone? Welcome to episode Michael Jordan 23 of PMP, the Potty Mouth Podcast, also known as PMP. I am always your co-host, Greg.
And I'm Vinny.
And let's get to it. We're going to react to what we saw over the weekend.
Ooh, starting off here with the NFL. It was a really interesting weekend in the NFL. Titans go into Houston, steal a victory from the Texans, which to me is mind-blowing. Final score of Titans 32, Texans 27. I don't know what happened to the Texans. I don't know what's happened to the Texans. I don't know what's going on with the Texans. I feel like them and the Niners are just completely lost. And this result here kind of shows that, I think. And I didn't watch the game. I didn't see any of the game. I did like the Texans here in this position, and they failed me miserably. Did you watch this game at all?
I mean, I followed it on Red Zone, but we have a question for CJ Stroud and them boys.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Thank you,
Who are you?
Flair. Yeah. So I just think sophomore slump for Stroud. No Diggs obviously hurts, but you get Nico back. They're just not playing well in any real aspect of the game. There's some infighting, it looks like. So I think Houston's more of a pretender, and everyone thought they were getting contender. So
Yeah,
it's a bad loss.
Everybody had them penciled in at the end there because they thought Stroud was going to take that big leap this year, and Ed mixed it into it, and Diggs, and here you are losing to the Titans. Obviously, it's not a good look for where they want to be and what they want to do at this point.
Yeah, I think people thought they would be kind of the Packers of the AFC, and they're just not.
Yeah. Yep. You're right. Next game, Vikings, Bears. Vikings 30, Bears 27. Vikings putting up a lot of points against the Bears defense. A Bears defense that's played pretty good this year, regardless of the outcomes of what their record shows. But hats off to the Vikings in this whole season so far. They've been a big surprise. And I've seen some speculation that Daniel Jones wants to go to a contender, and Minnesota's on the list. Minnesota, you don't need them. You don't need them, okay? That's ridiculous, in my opinion. But good win for the Vikes.
Yeah, this was craziness late. Good signs for the Vikings. The Hawkinson. You win without a monster game from Jefferson, and Hawkinson comes alive. They get this win in overtime. And as for the Bears, the little signs of positivity. This is the second week with the new OC, and they are trying to find DJ Moore, a real weapon for them. So we'll see. Just tough divisional game. Vikings are better. I'm not surprised with the outcome. I am surprised with how close it was. But Vikings keep rolling. They're well coached, talented team.
Definitely a better coached team. They're in a better place altogether. Next game up, kind of a surprise to me. Low-scoring game. Arizona goes to Seattle. Seattle wins 16-6. I think Marvin Harrison got hurt in this game, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
I did not see that. I don't know. I know he had a touchdown called back because he didn't get his second foot down. I kicked the pylon. I did not see him get hurt. I don't know if that's the case. I'll look it up.
Yeah, I think he might have got hurt in this game. Seahawks defense came to play. Arizona laid an egg in this one. Not the game that I expected the division leaders to put up against the Seahawks. Think with a little bit more on the line here in this game, but Geno comes out with a win at home. Defense plays great. Looks like the old Legion of Boom playing this past weekend. But good win for the Seahawks. Shitty for the Cardinals. Can't really I don't know what to expect out of the Cardinals sometimes. I'm thinking sometimes they look amazing, they look great, they're a team to beat, and then they put up 6 points against the Seahawks.
Yeah, that excuse me, that you could say that about that whole division, up and down. We'll get to the Rams next, but I don't see anything on Marvin Harrison. I don't see any
injury
designation next to his name. But yeah, Seattle put the clamps down at home, which they've done historically against the Cardinals. Again, Cardinals are just like the Texans to me. I think they're more of a pretender than contender, but they do have talent. So we'll see. We'll see if Seattle can, if this can be a launching pad for them to run away with that division late.
Yeah, they're tough at home, and I know the Niners did beat them there this year so far, but they look a lot better this week than they did, a couple weeks back. But good Sunday night game, Eagles versus the Rams. Eagles win this game 37-20. Saquon goes off, has a night. Looks like an MVP in this team. Looks like everything that they've needed to be successful in the years past. It looks like this is a team that I wouldn't want to play coming up at any time if I was anybody. A.J. Brown has a good game. They don't have Devontae, right? He didn't play. So they all stepped up, put a beating on the Rams. And, I mean, what do you say about Saquon at this point? I mean, what a real team, and his numbers are off the charts.
Yeah, I think Saquon will probably, comes second or third in MVP voting at this point. But will probably win Offensive Player of the Year if he stays healthy. But MVP is probably going to Lamar, or hopefully Burrow if they can go on a historic run. But yeah, just offensive line. You put a guy with Saquon's talent, put a guy with Derrick Henry's talent, you put a guy with Nixon's talent behind good offensive lines. They're gonna have really good years. The running backs kind of having a resurgence this year after all that talk about they're not worth paying and all that nonsense. But
yeah, well,
yeah, good win for the Rams.
Look who's laughing now.
McVay kind of looked a little
lost.
Little shocked at the end of how he got his ass kicked at home, but Eagles are good. Eagles are hot. I believe they won 9 in a row now.
They do this every year.
We'll
they string together a bunch of wins. They look like they're unbeatable, and their team is loaded. They're good, and there's no reason why they shouldn't be in any conversation at the end of the year.
And they had guys out, like you said. Smith didn't play, the receiver, and I don't think Slay played. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think Slay played.
It's a good win on the road.
Cornerback. It's a good win.
Monday night matchup. The Harbaugh Bowl. Ravens 30, Chargers 23. I think I had the Ravens winning this game. I think it's just a better football team. I know Harbaugh has those guys kind of playing, I think, at a level that is just for this. I didn't expect them to have a really super good year, and they're having a really good year actually. They got some guys that are playing football for them that like J.K. Dobbins has been having a really good season for them. He has started off hot. I think he kind of cooled off, but he had a decent game last night. But Lamar and the boys get the win here. Shootout in L.A. Monday night. Herbert, I don't think he threw for any touchdowns, but 218, I think, in the air.
He ran for one. He looked awful late when they were down. He
did he?
Him and Palmer, they could have broke NFL records if they actually connected on these. Every throw was 3 fingertips too far ahead of the receivers. Quentin Johnson and Palmer couldn't bring anything down when they got their hands on one. They looked very sloppy late. They look like they haven't been in a game like that, and it showed. Herbert was actually pissing me off because I had him in fantasy, but he did run for one early. Dobbins left the game hurt, so Gus Edwards got the late touchdown to make it 30-23.
Gus bus.
Yeah, so the Chargers just looked sloppy when they needed to look sharp. So I think that's going to come back and hurt them when they, if they go into the playoffs and they run into a team with more experience like Buffalo, Kansas City, the Ravens. I don't think they have a shot after how they looked. They just looked like they were rushing everything, and they were a little off with every throw and every play. And he got sacked, and the offensive line, which is a very good offensive line, Joe Walton, those guys, and Slaughter, they when it mattered most, they were not protecting Herbert like they should.
Hey, you got the Broncos right behind them right now, so they can sneak past them if they continue to, improve like they have been every week. So that'll be something to look out for.
Broncos took care of Minshew and the boys. I think Minshew got hurt. I think he left
Yeah,
that game late
broken
with a broken collarbone, I believe. But
Yeah, out for the season.
Denver's for real.
Yeah,
Denver's for real.
Knicks.
For regular season, they're for real.
Go Knicks.
Any before we move on, any thoughts on I left it off, Niners Packers. I know no Purdy, so I would have changed my pick. I picked the Niners, and then shortly after I said that, Purdy was announced out and Trent Williams.
Yeah.
Any thoughts, or are you just chalking it up to tough road game and not healthy?
Nope, I told you they weren't going to win the game when you said those guys were playing.
So
That's true.
they don't have the juice. They don't have the guys. McCaffrey's hurt too, I think, still just playing through it. No Trent Williams, obviously. They had a kid. I don't know why Dobbs didn't play. Not Dobbs. Yeah, Josh Dobbs, backup.
Yeah.
He's another backup we pay $6 million for, and he doesn't play. I don't know what the reason was. They played a kid with a broken finger for some reason. So it was an utter disaster. It was a bad decision. I don't know what's going on there. I think it's just time to regroup. I don't know what the answer is.
Brady
right now.
on that game? Was Brady on that game, or was that Olsen?
Yeah.
Brady. So
No,
Brady,
Olsen was on the game before that. Whatever that was.
Okay,
Dallas
so that was
game.
That was Brady walking on eggshells, talking about the splint.
Yeah, he's terrible, by the way. and what's not on here is the really, really, really exciting Dallas-Washington game.
Yeah, I told you I don't want to talk about the Cowboys anymore, but go for it.
No, it was just a good game. I watched that before the Niners. Yeah. The end was awesome. Daniels to McLaurin at the end there, and I'm like, oh my God, this kid's pretty good. I didn't realize he missed the extra point earlier in the game. I didn't realize he was hurt too, but he's not blaming anything like that to missing both extra points.
He's on IR now.
So there you go. But exciting game down in Washington. Fun to watch. Down to the second. The punt return was awesome. So that was actually
I think there were like
more fun.
I think there were 3 touchdowns in the last 4 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. It was crazy.
I left that off. I also left off the little scare in Carolina. Kansas City got out of Carolina with a late victory. They needed Mahomes. They needed all of Mahomes. We'll see. That's going to change with Pacheco back in the backfield.
That'll change.
All right, Diaper Dandies. We're changing it up this week. Diaper Dandies. We did a little college basketball freshman last week. We've been doing NFL standout rookies. This week we're going to do Diaper Dandies first-year head coaches in the NFL. So Gerard Mayo is currently 3-9, last place in the AFC East, but he has them improved. They've gotten some life and some better offense with Drake May at the helm at quarterback. So I know there was talk about firing Mayo. We talked about it like 3-4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I don't know what the latest is with that. I don't know if they're going to try to get Vrabel back in the building, but who knows what the hell's going to go on. Brian Callahan, 3-8, third place AFC South, head coach of the Titans. They're up and down. They need better quarterback play. They'll always have a solid defense, a good offensive line, and they have weapons, but not enough. Calvin Ridley is not enough, and Troy Pollard's not enough right now. But he doesn't look terrible. He's they need quarterback play. They need Levis to not turn it over and be a weirdo, which is fun to watch though. Mike McDonald, first-year coach out in Seattle, the former Ravens D coordinator, 6-5. He has his Seahawks first place in the NFC West, so he's looking good. People raved about it, how his defense was last year with the Ravens. They always do great things, whether it's Rex Ryan, now Mike McDonald, and who was the head coach forever for Cincinnati. I believe he came from the Ravens.
I was going to say
coach for the Ravens. The hell's his name? I want to say Lovie Smith. It's not Lovie Smith.
I was going to say the same thing, but it's not Lovie Smith.
I know. I don't know why Lovie Smith's on the mind. Can't think of his damn name, but I think he came from the Ravens. Long story short, they know what they're doing on defense. Dave Canales, 3-8, last place. Thank you, Marvin Lewis. I think he was a Raven guy, right?
Possible.
Maybe he wasn't. I thought maybe he was like a Billick guy or something. I don't know. But Dave Canales 3-8, last place NFC South, but they have played better. Young doesn't look as bad. Chuba Hubbard's having a great season. So we'll see if he can turn that around. Maybe hold on to your draft picks this time and make the most out of that.
Yes, you're correct.
And then Antonio Pierce is what's up?
Yeah, you're right. He came from Baltimore.
Okay, thank you. And then Antonio Pierce, his first real year as the head coach, got the job.
Stinks.
Players pushed for him, but 2-9. I don't think he's long for that job if something doesn't improve very quickly after the draft or free agency. They need a quarterback. Now, Tom Brady ownership, see what he can do, if he has any say in the building or if he can draw anyone in. Who knows? But Antonio Pierce, not the start you want. 2-9, last place, AFC West. And that is Diaper Dandy.
Yeah,
all right.
It's an interesting year for some of these first-year guys. A lot of them kind of just don't really have a really consistent team around them, and their record obviously shows it. I don't see Mayo sticking around. I don't see Pierce sticking around. Those other guys in between there, we'll see. Mike McDonald definitely.
Yeah, and I didn't count. Yeah, McDonald's got a bright future in my opinion. I didn't count obviously Harbaugh's back, so this is technically his first year, but these were rookie head coaches. Dan Quinn doing pretty well, and Raheem Sterling doing pretty well in Atlanta.
Yep.
All first year coaches with their new teams, but not rookie head coaches.
What an interesting week in college football, right?
Yeah, we got a packed slate here to talk about.
First game of the day was your Indiana Hoosiers going to Ohio State. Indiana was, I think, winning this game in the beginning, and then Ohio State just
7-0 real quick.
That's enough, and Ohio State put the clamps down 38-15. Showed the Hoosiers who's boss here. It's a real
who's your daddy?
Different ball game with some of these teams, and Ohio State, Oregon, different levels of football this year. Just like years past when Alabama was on top and everybody else was beneath them, this year's football is no different. It's just not Alabama at the top, and it's just not Clemson at the top, and everybody else. But I think it's Ohio State, Oregon at the top, and everybody else, in my opinion. Because everybody else seems pretty average at this point. We'll go through it and you'll see. Just this week alone. Number 9, Ole Miss goes to Florida. Loses 24-17 to a shitbag Gator team. Billy Napier still has a job. Got him. I say it every week. I have no idea how.
I think it's time you reverse. I think it's time you reverse course on that.
You think of what?
As a non-fan of Florida or Miami, it's going to be a good win for you if they keep winning. So I think you need to get on the Florida train to kind of boost your resume.
Yeah, no, our resume definitely.
Just my opinion.
No, you're 100% right, but I just don't know how that man has a job still. So,
well, he's beaten LSU. He's beaten Ole Miss now. Jesus.
So 24-17 at the Swamp. I'm sure you're happy about that. I mean, I don't know what these games meant for you at all. Does it mean anything for LSU? Are they out completely at this point?
They can't be. They can't make the title game unless everyone collapses. Right? It's Georgia, Texas, I believe.
Okay, I was just asking a question.
I don't think they've locked it up, but no, I thought they were going to lose to. I thought they had a chance to lose to Vandy, and they didn't. They actually played very well. But we'll see.
Number 4, Penn State. On the road at Minnesota. I think we said Minnesota covers, Penn State wins, if I'm not mistaken.
I had Minnesota winning.
There you go. So close enough. They were winning. They were winning at home against a number 4 ranked Penn State team. And here it goes again. To me, Penn State, close game against Wisconsin, close game against Minnesota. I mean, we're not talking two powerhouse teams there, right? So what are they really deserving of being 4? I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
Don't. The rankings are made, and I know you know this. So I'm telling the audience, not you. The rankings are made to create a little bit of stir and the rankings are made looking ahead at the games yet to be played. So everyone knows Penn State's going to drop because they literally can't make the top 4 with Ohio State and Oregon ahead of them. Only one of those 3 teams in the Big Ten can get a top 4 seed.
Right.
So if you don't realize that, then you're probably like, Penn State, they're going to get a bye. No, they're not.
Nope.
And then I'm going to push back a little bit on what you said earlier. I think neutral field, I think Oregon and Ohio State lose to Georgia and if the quarterback doesn't turn the ball over, and I think they probably lose to Texas. And that's not me being SEC all the way. I'm not impressed.
Oh no, I think Texas is real good. I don't disagree.
Yeah, I'm just not impressed with the top 2 teams. Week in, week out. I'm not. I mean, Oregon's been on the ropes, here and there, and Ohio State. They do the same crap before the Michigan game. They squeak out every damn win. They don't play anyone hard out of conference. So I really hope Michigan can shock the world and get Day fired as rosy cheek, punchable face. But I don't see it happening this year.
We'll see.
Who knows? Crazier things have happened.
Number 14 BYU at Arizona State. Game became close at the end. Arizona State was in control of this game the whole time. BYU came on at the end. BYU, second loss in a row. Arizona State 28-23 win. Good win for the two big wins in a row for Arizona State. I think they're ranked something now. I'm not quite sure. Bottom tier probably, but good 2 wins in a row there for the Sun Devils. Are they still the Sun Devils? Is that okay to say? I don't know.
Yes, you can be a Sun Devil still. I predicted this. Arizona State with a good win. They are now 21 in the country.
Yeah. Okay. Number 16, Colorado goes down to Kansas. Kansas 37, Colorado 21. Colorado. That's who they are. I mean, I don't know what everybody expects out of them. I know they wanted to play in that championship game. I don't know where the championship game stands in that conference at this point, but between them and BYU was looking like, and now it's God no, I don't even know. Is Arizona State in that conversation now? Are they even in that conference? Should be, right? Because everything's so realigned and crazy.
Yeah, it's all confused. It's all crazy.
It's all crazy. But let's just say Big 12 standings. Arizona State and Iowa State at the top. BYU right behind them, and Colorado. They're all 6-2. So where that stands of head-to-head.
Yeah, so it's Arizona State, Iowa State.
Okay. That'd be interesting. 21 versus 22. Right? I mean, Colorado's still 16 after losing to Kansas. Is that real?
Yeah, I think the rankings will change tonight? Obviously. Right now Iowa State and Arizona State are on the road to playing with BYU third, Colorado fourth.
Buffalo's showing their true colors. Shedeur Sanders pushing referees around, thinking he's above and beyond everybody else on the field, that the laws and rules don't apply to him. He's lucky he didn't get kicked out. I would have kicked him out. I'm just telling you that right now.
I actually didn't see any of this.
And I would have kicked his father out too. So
I don't see any. I guess they don't see the Colorado stuff as much as you do. No. It's not on my algorithm, I guess.
No, all right. So it's in my algorithm. So 37-21, big win for the Jayhawks. Back-to-back wins for the Jayhawks. Good wins for that team. They're
but I also heard a lot of people predicting this. I heard a lot of people saying Kansas would win.
Okay. Congratulations.
It doesn't surprise me. The score surprises me, but not the result.
Army gets trounced at Yankee Stadium by Notre Dame, 49-14. Look, this is an example, and I'll even not against Notre Dame, but this is what I was talking about with Miami, I think last week or the week before, and certain teams that are having good seasons that haven't played anybody really to a level of what Army ran into this past weekend. I told you last week, Notre Dame quarterback's playing good. He's played great. Army couldn't do anything because the speed and athleticism is at a different level. And Army has played, I don't even know who, their conference games, which is nobody.
and undefeated. Great. Usually Notre Dame has a tough time with both of the academies, or one of them at least, and it's a game. Not this year. I mean, there's not much to say here. Army just you have to be able to throw the ball too, and they obviously don't depend on that. And if you can't do both against a top-ranked team like this, you're up shit's creek, and that's the result. And good win for the Gold.
I'd like to see Notre Dame maybe. This goes back to the Brian Kelly years too. Like, take a knee against Army and Navy. Relax a little bit. But no. To your point with the rankings and the NIU loss. Again, if I'll use your Miami Hurricanes. They win the ACC or SMU, whoever the hell it is, they automatically jump Notre Dame. Notre Dame literally cannot get a bye ever in this playoff scenario until they actually join a conference. So I don't go crazy. I actually have not watched a ranking show. Part of that is because LSU is not really involved, but I haven't watched it. Usually I watched it, every other week when LSU was, when it concerned LSU, but it just doesn't interest me. And, I'm getting into college basketball. Did UConn just lose to
Buffalo,
Colorado?
Yep.
So yeah, again, like a team like Miami, whoever's going to get these buys, they shouldn't worry about Notre Dame. And Notre Dame, they're a contender too. Is Riley Leonard, while he has improved, he's nothing special. So we'll see how Notre Dame handles a real team.
Are we done with them not being in a conference? This isn't 1955 anymore. Like, let's move on. Figure it out.
No, I'm with you. But it's the NBC television contract, which is probably going to keep them from ever joining the ACC or Big Ten or anything, because they're making their own money. They're making a lot of money. So why would they give that up?
Insane to me. Real quick with this game.
This one was entertaining. This one, and I had a parlay going. No one cares about my bets, but I had Auburn. I hit I hit 7 of 8 legs. Washington State cost me like an 8-leg parlay I would have hit.
Wow.
But I had Auburn.
Auburn 43 over number 15 Texas A&M. I'm sorry, 43-41 over number 15 Texas A&M. 4 overtimes. I hate A&M too, so I'm happy that they lost. I just that whole conference thing is such a disaster this year. What a mess. I mean, and it takes us into the next game, right? I mean,
I can't believe this happened. I've shit on one of these teams all year. I always will. Historically, I'll always shit on this school, just football-wise. Nothing personal, just business. You led into it. I'll take it from here. Oklahoma goes into Bama and crushes them 24-3. It wasn't a game. Milroe played god awful. And I don't know how this happened. Oklahoma is not a good team. Feels like they've had 7 different quarterbacks trying to get something working on offense. And this gives Venables a lifeline. And now Oklahoma, they go to Baton Rouge this weekend. We'll see if they can pull off the elusive beating Bama and LSU the same week pretty much, which is pretty hard to do historically. But yeah, if Milroe is going to play bad and the team looks uninterested, they look like they probably thought they were going to win walking off the bus. The SEC, it's deep, it's weird. Auburn's beating number 15, Florida's beating who they've beaten. It's a gauntlet, and you got to be prepared every week. And not to sound like SEC boy, but it's just true. I mean, other conferences aren't doing this to each other. Ohio State's beating everyone except one team on the road. That one team is number 1 in the country. Oregon's beating everyone. Like, it doesn't happen in other conferences. So SEC still has the depth, but they're they are kind of eating each other. They're hurting each other while proving the depth. But we'll see when it comes to the playoff. I would still put my money on Georgia or Texas to definitely make the championship. One of them. We'll see how it goes. This definitely hurts Bama. A&M gets crushed. The A&M doesn't get crushed because it's a 4 overtime game on the road.
Yeah, but
we'll see. A 3-loss SEC team might make the playoff. So we'll see.
We'll see. You know the playoff loves Alabama.
The playoff's going to love Notre Dame, love Bama.
Yep.
It's going to want, if Oklahoma's close, they're going to want the Oklahoma viewership. They're going to want the big money. They're going to want, marketable teams. Let's be honest. They're not going to want, maybe they want Boise State, but they don't want Tulane.
They don't want the Hurricanes either. That's a fact. They don't want the Jailbirds.
Miami football has never won the ACC.
No. Only Big East.
Wow. I heard that today, or I heard that yesterday. I was pretty damn shocked.
It's been a while.
All right. Listen, this is it. We're trying to get this done quick. It's a holiday week, so we're gonna come at you quick. Not take up too much of your time. Only thing left, if he has one, is a Vinny Vidi Vici.
I don't have any.
But I don't know.
I don't have any angry rants today. I mean, I do, but I want to take the time to give thanks, because that's what's coming up on Thursday. We're gonna, celebrate with our families and get to hang out and do things that some of us don't get to do as often as we probably should and like. So, with that being said, be thankful for, the time that you get to spend with whoever you do spend Thanksgiving with your time, with your family. And Daniel Jones should thank the Giants for releasing him. Actually, he should be thankful for that. Mac Brown got fired today. He should be thankful for that. So
They're letting him coach against the Wolfpack.
yeah, I saw that. But no, in all seriousness, no yelling and aggravation today, because we're gonna, have a really nice meal on Thursday and enjoy the sports in the next couple of days. A lot of college basketball, football tonight, football tomorrow, Thursday. It's every day. It's a good couple of days to relax, unwind, and be thankful for every day. So
Yeah, it's one of the best weeks on the calendar in general and sports calendar, of course. Yeah. And I will be thankful that food will be served during Cooper Rush versus Tommy DeVito.
I can't. So what a matchup! I hope I'm sleeping. I don't have to be part of that process.
And that was your very tame, nice, Vinny Vici.
Just
all
real
right,
quick.
So that's
I want to just add one thing. I don't know if you saw it today at all, but did you see Soto's announcement?
I know 5 teams made offers.
Did you see his announcement though? You have to find it. It's an announcement. It's you'll see it. Enjoy it.
Was it something about a barbershop?
No.
Okay.
It's amazing, is what it is. It's the best marketing thing that he could have ever done for his life.
All right, I will look that up. I think we're gonna come at you tomorrow with a preview episode, get everything out before the holiday. If not, Vin and I will probably pivot to maybe early Friday where we got to talk about that.
Yeah.
But Vin, last thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm gonna do this on air because you said it on air. I heard that the Antonio Brown clip was fake.
No, I saw it. Everybody saw it. It's live.
I saw it too. I heard it was fake. I heard someone put that together.
Really?
With the wizardry. I heard it's a fake.
That's good wizardry. That's really good wizardry. It had me. I gotta look into that one. I just
all right, everyone.
Announcement. Enjoy it.
All right, I'll watch that. I'll react to that next episode.
Yes.
I think the plan is to come tomorrow. I'll confirm with Vinny off air. But listen, everyone, thank you. If we don't see you tomorrow, happy Thanksgiving. But I think we might. But that's it. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Do what you got to do. Share us with the world. We're trying to do some fun things for you, and the more followers, please, and everything, just the easier it gets. So, Vin, say goodbye to the lovely people.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great Tuesday night and enjoy some good college basketball.